Let's replace the headlights on a 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee. All right, so we're back on the boat replacing the headlights on the 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and this does apply to any Grand Cherokee between 99 and 04. All right, so I bought these headlights about 8 years ago from a guy on Instagram or Facebook Marketplace. These are a factory housing with an HID projector retrofit done to it. These were bi-xenons, regular high beams. And now I went back to just a regular housing for like halogen bulbs and much shinier. On the back here, you can see where they had cut it to install the HID projector. Now, the reason for go ahead and just buying whole new headlights is because these are faded. I've cleaned them a number of times. They're just not crystal clear anymore. And the good part is these are extremely cheap now. These are $90 for the pair. Link down in the description below for the Amazon store that I bought these from. Now, I did have DDM tuning, 55 watt, 6000K HID H1 bulbs in here, which were good for a while, but after this lens started to not be as clear anymore, the light output was not super fantastic. I then put LED high beam bulbs in, which really outshined what these HIDs were throwing out, which was strange, but because of that, I decided to do new housings, LED highs, and LED lows. What I'm using for the low beams is the Sylvania 9006 low beam bulbs, because that was the only thing that would fit down in here. And even so, I had to trim to get the wire to go past that. These bulbs factory are like the 9005 and 9006 XS, which has like a straight plug coming out instead of the 90-degree down because of how far this goes down in there. So that's something to watch out for. I had to get the Sylvanias for the low beams. I've tried a couple different other brands that didn't just quite fit. If you found one where this fan is smaller than this ring and the wire comes out the back, they'll probably fit the best. And for the high beams, just have some Amazon 6000K LED bulbs to go in there as well. One thing that is worth mentioning is that not every aftermarket headlight is created the same, and not every LED bulb is created the same as well. So this literally slides right out and onto the next housing. This one won't just turn in. So what I had to do is loosen these 3 screws to get this bulb to seat in there. It's just variations between wherever factory they come out of and things like that. But don't worry, because there's a little tips and tricks you can do to make this work. So like I said, for this one, I'm just going to loosen these 3 screws to lift this plastic retaining plate up some, and this bulb will seat no problem. Now, after doing that, we're in there tight. You don't have to go crazy on any of these, and you're good to go. Here's another shot of the plastic I ground down right here off the retaining ring to get this wire to start here and move back. Just took a Dremel, and about 10 seconds I had that down. You could probably get away with a knife or a hot knife and just slice that down just a little bit. Removal and installation of the headlights on the WJ from 99 to 04 is pretty straightforward. All there is this one long retaining screw. So I believe that's a 6 or 7 millimeter. I just use a pair of channel locks. Unscrew that. Then there are 1, 2, and 3 pins that seat here and kind of hold the headlight into the header panel here. Now, a word of caution is this header panel is a piece of junk, piece of plastic. And I've already replaced it once, and it's already cracked again. So be very careful when pulling this out of the header panel. That's the only thing to worry about, is that plastic could crack. And sometimes these clips do come out with the headlight. That's no big deal. Just pop them right back in. All of the marker bulbs at the bottom just twist in and lock. Your headlight bulbs will just plug in. And note there is polarity, positive and minus. And typically your black is negative and your other color will be positive. In this case, we've got a black negative and a tan positive. So plug that in, put the light back into its socket, make sure it's seated, and that's about it. When you have the headlight back in its position, drop this screw down and get it snug. And then final product, maybe. I was really hoping that would be better in one take. There you go. That's changing out your factory headlights on a 99 to 04 Jeep Grand Cherokee.